Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. My name is Leslie of Silver Moon Creations, and today is going to be part 1. I am starting a new small Halloween journal, and I am going to be using Temu packaging from papers that I've bought in the past from Temu. I did see this from, I think it's AnnasChateau, I think is her channel. I will link her video down below, but this is where I got this idea from. The only thing that I did not have that she had was for the spine, but I had this piece of packaging, which is going to work just the same because I have the spine here. So basically what you're going to do is, if you have any of these, they're the mysterious manuals from Temu, where it'll have your paper and stuff in here. You need to have 2 of them. And what you're going to do is you are going to cut right along that first line and remove this, okay? So this is what you're going to have once you remove that from both of those pieces, okay? Then what you're going to do is, what I did was I trimmed off this round section with my trimmer, and then I also made a mark so that I had almost the same exact size. And then I just trimmed over here, so I ended up with this piece left over. So I will show you what I've done so far. So this is what it looks like. So you have your little bit of spine here, okay? And now what I did was, I don't have, whatever's here is where I'm going to be sewing in my signatures. This is going to be left open just like it is. I'm not going to cut it to this length. And I think that's what Anna did too. So I have this construction paper that I have purchased from the Dollar Tree. And it has, you know, basic colors. So I pulled out the purple, and they have black in here. So I pulled out the black. So that's what I'm working with. So what I did was, I put the black on the inside. I used my Oohoo stick, and when I put this together, I used my Oohoo stick, and then I did use some of my art glitter glue just to make sure that I knew it was going to stay closed. I don't always trust glue sticks, no matter what the brand is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the purple on the outside. And what I did was, basically you just have to do it in half. And I'm putting it up to where, pull it in a little bit, where this line is. So I'm going to go just a little bit in front of it because I don't want it to be on that line. And I'm going to use my Oohoo stick, which is probably going to run out. So I hope everybody is doing well. I was working on a bunch of different digitals yesterday, so I went down that rabbit hole and I ended up staying there pretty much all day. I did print out a bunch of my digitals. I do not have them in Etsy yet. It's going to take me a while, so I don't know if they're going to be in for the holiday season. They may. And I'm just going to lay this down about there. Okay. All right, so that one is good. I can't find my bone folder, so I am using my Amazon gift card. Okay, so now we're going to do this side. And you want to do your ends really good. So I'm hoping to use both my digitals in this and possibly some Temu pieces in here, since it's the right size. So this one I'm going to do this way. And again, I'm just going to put it just almost to where it would bend. There we go. And just flatten that out. While I was sitting here doing this, I'm like, why don't I not have the camera on? I could be showing everybody what I'm working on. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is, I think I might use either washi tape or I may use a piece of fabric. I found a lot of fabric that I had stashed away, and I have it off to the side, so I may use that. But right now what we're going to do is we are going to cut away around the sides here. And you can pretty much feel where it is. I think I'm going to go this way. Might be a little bit easier. And what I plan on doing is around these edges, I plan on putting like washi tape. I'm just trying to fold these up. In all reality, I kind of like the way that looks folded up. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to have enough, but we'll see. I should have enough on both sides. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I'm going to glue this down. Okay, I'm going to just put this down. Take my cloth, which is wet, unfortunately. I don't have any dry ones right now. And just go lightly. Okay. All right. And let's do the same thing on this side. So let's do, that one has a lot more. Which is fine. I can cut that down a little bit. I could tear it. So what is everybody working on? Are you making any cool Halloween stuff? Or is everybody pretty much done and I'm just late to the party as usual? And I just wanted to make mention, if you are not a subscriber of my channel, I would truly appreciate it if you like what you see and you like the content that I've created and you've watched my videos, or even if this is the first video you've ever come to, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help me grow my channel, which is something I am looking to do, especially for 2024. I'll just take a little bit off here. And excuse my fingers, because when I was sick with COVID, I couldn't go and get my nails done. And I basically cut them down real short because they were killing me. And I was having a hard time trying to do anything craft-wise with them the way they were. So they have to be soaked off, unfortunately, so because it's gel. And they've been popping off, but the problem is when they pop off, it takes a layer of your own nail bed which is not good, but it is what it is. So you're probably gonna see my funky nails for a little while. Okay, and then let's bring this down. So I hope everybody that is in Maine and in the coastal regions of Nova Scotia and those areas, I hope everybody's doing okay with, I think, which turned into Tropical Storm Lee. It was no longer a hurricane, thank goodness, because I know I had been watching it due to the fact that I knew for a fact, I was like thinking it was going to come in my direction. I'm not going to be able to do that. I had done this before, so let me just try and go around my edges if I can. And I'm going to be linking videos once they're put up, as I have Toni and Misty received boxes, my Witch's Halloween box, and also they received a fairy box. Now, I showed the fairy box on my channel. I don't have any plans of showing the Halloween box on my channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link their channels with them showing the stuff from it. All right, so we just have to worry about that. And yes, this is thin, but I'm going to be putting other stuff on top of it. I wanted this because this construction paper is very, very thin. I'm going to be putting other stuff on top of this along with this construction paper. Perfect. Just want to trim this up a little bit. Okay. All right. But that's pretty good. And if you're wondering what size this is going to be, this is going to be 5.5 by 7 3/4. So it's going to be a nice, small, compact one single journal. It's going to have, yeah, one single. One, it's going to have one single signature inside this journal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the fabric, so I will be right back. Okay, so I found this fabric that I've had in my stash for a very, very long time. And I had used it to make my Alice in Wonderland journal. Well, I had sewn two pieces together, so I have these. I just literally cut this apart, but I had this where it was sewn together. So I said, this is perfect. I'm going to use this on the inside and also on the outside. So the side that has more purple is the side that I'm going to glue down here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the larger on the bottom and then the smaller up on top. And what I did was I pinked off the edges for the bottom and for the top. Yeah, I had been printing my digitals and stuff out, and I'm like, I have to go in these two boxes because I know I have fabric and stuff in there. And I totally forgot I had yarn and a whole bunch of different stuff in there. But yeah, I'm like, oh, so this is where all this stuff is that I've been looking for. I totally forgot it. I put it in the office in like those Sterilite totes. Perfect. I like that. Okay. I have to find my bone folders. They're in this house somewhere. Okay, and then this one is going to go on this side. I started watching the Kenneth Branagh edition of the Poirot movie Murder on the Orient Express last night. I still have not finished it. I have to finish it. He has a new one that just came out called The Haunting in Venice, and that is right up my alley. But I will, of course, wait until it comes to television or one of these channels, paid channels that we have. It is a little too expensive to go to the movies nowadays, unless there's really something I want to see, which usually isn't the case. Usually what ends up happening is if John really wants to see something, we'll go. But other than that, I had wanted to go see, I was going to go myself. I wanted to see The Haunted Mansion, because with all the actors and stuff that were in it, it looks like it was going to be a really good movie. I think it got good reviews if I remember right, but I never went out to go see it. So it'll be something that I have to wait. But I know what's going to happen. It's going to come out on Disney Plus. I got rid of Disney Plus. And I did see that Loki is going to be back on Disney Plus for October 6th. I did like that series. I have to say, out of all the Marvel Universe series, but then again, I'm a fan of Tom Hiddleston. So, you know, I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, because we're gonna put papers and stuff. We're gonna put stuff over this. Let me put my mother's pinking shears away. So now I have these scraps that I can use for my long snippet rolls, which is awesome. Okay. So let's take a look. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you here and I will be back and I will show you the papers that I've chosen to layer on both the front and on the inside. So I will be right back. So what I did was I went to my washi tape stash and I went and got my and it's all like witchy themed washi tapes, and you get it in this box. This actually is in my Halloween box that you will see when you go out and check both Mystical Misty and also Toni's Witchy Art and Crafts, because they are doing an unboxing of this, but this is included in every one of my Halloween boxes that I send out. And if you're interested, the price is $40 for those, just like the fairy box. But this is the one I chose. And it's kind of more fairy themed, but I liked it just the same. The colors I thought were perfect. So this is what this tape looks like. And like I said, I chose it because of the color of the background. I already did this side. And then I'm just rounding the corners that were rounded originally. And then we'll do the other one. Okay. Make sure it's facing the right direction. This one I'm going to put up here. Oh, it's got to come down more. That one's just a little too far in the other direction, so I need to come back down more. This one's definitely going to need to be glued. Okay. That's better. So come 2024, I plan on doing a lot of tutorial types of projects. Now, also too, in 2024, I think what I'm going to do is, if you're a Disney fan, like myself, and if you go to the parks as much as I did at one point in time in my life, or if you're a Disney Vacation Club owner, I'm considering making Disney journals. I had thought about this a long time ago, and I was really going to do it, and I had bought a whole bunch of Disney themed stuff, and I never ended up doing it. For whatever reason, I just never did. And so way back then, what my plans were and what I'm thinking of doing in 2024 is making little, like, tall journals, and that you could carry around with you at the parks if you wanted to have signatures put into them, since you can have signatures done again at the Disney resorts. So that is something that I am thinking of doing, and then I would put them up based on character. I may do like just the OGs, like Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and Goofy and Donald and Daisy, like have it themed towards them, and then maybe have like if Snow White is very hard to get, but a Snow White theme, because Snow White is my favorite character. And also Winnie the Pooh, that's another favorite of mine. I love Eeyore. So that is something that I am considering doing in 2024. If that sounds like something you think is interesting, please let me know. If that was something that you think that you would want to, you know, purchase a journal for something like that. If you have a vacation planned for Disneyland or Disney Disney World. I would love to hear about it. I was hoping in 2024 I might be able to go to a park. I can't do the walking as of right now. I'm hoping that somehow I might be able to lose quite a bit of weight so that I'm not carrying so much weight, because I really do think that my weight is a big issue for a lot of my problems, but I'm not sure. But I know I don't want to use an ECV. Everybody tells me, just use one of those. And I'm like, if I had to, I would. I just don't think I would have a very good time. So to waste that kind of money, you know, my husband's hard-earned money for something like that, I just don't know if I would be able to do that. But I mean, I know I see a lot of people that do it. I'm the type of person, when it comes to Disney, I love Epcot. Epcot is my #1 park. So, I like that. That is the park that I enjoy. I also love Animal Kingdom. But Animal Kingdom has hills. So I remember when we had taken my mother and we were actually... Now, these are my digitals that I printed out yesterday. These are just on regular copy paper. I might use that for the front, but I'm not sure. Let's put that one off to the side. But we had to use, my mother would not use an ECV. So we had to use a wheelchair for her. So my father and myself had to wheel her around. And I'll tell you, it was not easy in Animal Kingdom because of the hills. It was rough. It was really rough. So you're getting to see some of my... I like that. I might put this on the back. I should probably put it on the front and the back. As you can see, that's my logo. Candy corn. Now, a good majority of these digitals are already in my Etsy shop. So if you are interested, I do have my Etsy shop linked. I think that might be good for the back. Or do I want to put that on the inside? Will that go with that? I could use pieces of the spider web. since that's black. I have it in blue. I don't particularly care for the blue. I have this too. I could take this part off and just use like the tree. And then use the moon. I might go with this and use the moon and the tree on the front inside cover. Okay, I think I have a plan. So let me pause you again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these edges and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did was I cut out the front panel and I cut out the back panel. And what I did was I marked it where I want it to just be underneath, because I'm thinking I might put something here. Because I don't want to cover this up. So I don't think I'm going to be putting pockets or anything on here. So let me grab my glue stick. Because at least the glue stick will lay down flat. And if I have to use my art glitter glue on the corners, I can certainly do that. But let's get this laid down. So I just want to cover over that. I want to make sure this is even. I think we're good. So once I am done with this, I will be listing this in my Etsy shop for sale. So stay tuned for that. Let's get this one glued. I procrastinate when I have to go and put stuff into Etsy because it's just so time consuming to list anything. Hence the reason why the journals that I've been trying to sell, I was trying to do it where if you were interested, I showed a video of it, I did a flip through, and I was like, if somebody wanted to buy it that way, because then I don't have to charge as much. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. I think a lot of people would prefer to buy them off of Etsy. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. But, which is fine. So I'll probably at some point be listing all of those as well. I think that's good. And I have a little bit of tweaking to do on some of my new Halloween Halloween digitals. So I think once I can get those done, I'll list them first, and then I'll go from there. And then maybe I will add a couple of them in my freebie section in my Buy Me a Coffee. I do have a vintage page that is free. If you'd like to make any donations, I always truly appreciate that. But it is completely free for you to download. And I know I do have my Etsy shop, or my Buy Me a Coffee, linked in a majority of my videos. I am getting better at starting to put more stuff, because I do have an Amazon affiliate account and I hadn't been using it. So I'm going to be looking to do that again. I'm going to be linking all of that stuff. So if anything you buy from my links, trust me, you have to earn a certain amount before you even get paid. And trust me, it's quite a bit. I've never made money on it as of yet. Just to show how much somebody really has to purchase. So like I said, if you buy anything from there, I certainly do appreciate that. Okay. All right. Let's get rid of that. Now, how do I want to do this? And I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do the front and the back. I know I want that there. Let me get this out of your way. I know I want that to show. I mean, I could take a little bit of that off. I think what I'm going to do, let me cut this here, and then I should be able to cut this on this line. All right, let's try that. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. All right, move this out of the way again. Let's take a look here. Yeah, see, I'm not going to have enough to do the other side, which is fine. This, I think I'm just going to tear. I like my torn edges. But we have that now for a piece of ephemera. All right, let me move this back out of the way. Let me round the corners. And then once we finish this, I think we're gonna call it a video, because it's been taking me a while to get my stuff uploaded. And if you hear talking, that's my upstairs neighbor because they're out on their balcony. Since it's another beautiful day in just the 70s here, everybody's been enjoying the outside. And I'm not inking. I usually ink. I'm not inking. And then we have to find something for the back. Don't know if I want to use that greenish one. I think it's got too much green in it. So I think when I finish with the cover here, I think what I'll do is I'll find whatever piece I want to use for the back. And then in part 2, you'll get to see what I chose. So you'll just have to come back for part 2. That should be good. Maybe by then I'll find my bone folder. Jeez. Oh, gosh. All right. So that's what we have so far. So we have the inside done, and of course I'm going to put trim and lace and stuff like that. So, and then like I said, I'll find something to put on the back, and then this is going to be our front cover. All right. So thank you all for joining me today for part 1 of this new little Halloween journal series. So if you do enjoy these types of videos, please, like I said, if you can, please hit the subscribe button. Also to give me a like, because the more likes I get, the more the YouTube algorithm will push out my videos to people and recommend them to people who very well may like these types of videos. I know me and my witchy friends, we've been searching for Halloween journal videos because that's what we enjoy watching. So if you have a lot of likes, we'll find those videos. So please, if you can, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. And thank you all, and I will see you on part 2. Take care, everybody. Bye.